To perceive signs and messages that seem to come from a deep, familiar place can feel both mysterious and profound. These signs often carry a weight of meaning, yet they may also seem elusive. Interpreting these messages requires a unique combination of self-awareness, intuition, and practice. When we first encounter these signs from our parallel selves, it is natural to feel doubt or confusion. However, understanding these signs is key to unlocking insights that can deeply impact our lives. As mentioned earlier, these signs can take many forms. They may appear as a recurring dream, a persistent feeling of déjà vu, strange synchronicities that defy logic, or even sudden intuitions that seem to come out of nowhere. The true key to interpreting these signs lies in the practice of conscious observation, and most importantly, in learning to trust your intuition. Interpreting these perceived messages begins with recognizing and validating the experiences you have, even if they seem small or insignificant at first. It is crucial not to dismiss these moments too quickly. What may seem like a simple coincidence or an odd dream could carry far deeper meaning. Instead of ignoring them, take the time to reflect. Write down these experiences and think about the patterns that might emerge over time. For example, if you continuously dream about a particular person or place, it could be an indication that a version of you from another reality is trying to guide you toward a similar experience in your current life. The meditation. Once you've successfully interpreted the signs, the next step is to integrate the lessons learned into your daily life. This integration doesn't have to be immediate. It can happen gradually as you become more aware of the changes you need to make. Applying the messages you've received from your parallel versions means being open to new ways of thinking, feeling, and acting. For instance, if you feel a strong intuitive pull to change careers, something that might seem terrifying at first, this could be the nudge you need to align more closely with your higher purpose. On the other hand, perhaps you experience a persistent urge to explore a new hobby or skill. This feeling could be a message from a version of you that has already mastered that skill and is living a life full of joy and fulfillment through it. By following this guidance, not only do you expand your capabilities, but you also connect more deeply with that parallel version of yourself. The importance of integrating these messages lies in their potential to create a more authentic, aligned life. Every small adjustment you make, every decision you base on these insights, brings you closer to the ideal version of yourself that already exists in another reality. By applying these lessons, you move toward a version of yourself. As you begin to realize that your current reality is just one of many possible realities, you discover that you have the power to choose which one to live in. The frequencies you emit, combined with the choices you make, allow you to shift from one version of yourself to another. With Eve aligning with your parallel versions, not only helps guide you toward a fuller, more meaningful life, but also connects you more deeply to the unity of the universe. In this space, all versions of you coexist in harmony. Through this integration, you are not just shaping your current reality. You are evolving as a being. You are opening yourself to infinite possible. Every message received, every sign interpreted, and every decision made based on these insights becomes a catalyst for living a life that truly reflects who you are in all your dimensions. This journey allows you to step into a deeper connection. Thank you for taking this journey with me. If this video resonated with you, I invite you to like and subscribe to our channel. Share this video with others so they can benefit from this message as well. Don't forget to leave a comment below, sharing your thoughts, reflections, and experiences. Thank you once again for watching and joining me. Take care, and I look forward. When you find yourself losing your light in the midst of a dark night of the soul, you are plunged into a period of intense inner turmoil. It feels like the entire world is crumbling around you. Relationships fall apart, career paths disappear, and your sense of purpose disintegrates. You are left with nothing but questions. Why is this happening? What did I do to deserve this? And most importantly, will I ever make it out of this darkness? But here's the secret. The dark night of the soul is not a punishment. It is a purification. It is a necessary phase in your spiritual evolution. The darkness is not there to destroy you, but to strip away everything that is not truly you. It is in these darkest moments that you can find your deepest light, but only if you have the strength to endure. Most people, when faced with this overwhelming test, fall into despair. They give up. They lose themselves in the darkness. But the chosen ones, those who are destined for something greater, they don't lose hope. They don't give in to despair. They understand that the darkness is temporary. They know it's just a phase, a passage they must go through in order to grow. They keep moving forward, even when they can't see the path ahead of them. They trust that there is light at the end of the tunnel, even if they can't see it yet. But let me ask you this. How do you react when everything falls apart? Do you panic? Do you desperately try to cling to the pieces of your life that are crumbling, hoping to hold them together? Or do you let them fall, trusting that whatever is meant to stay will stay, and whatever is meant to go will go? The fifth test is the test of faith. Not faith in a religious sense, but faith in yourself, faith in the universe, faith in life itself. When you are in the dark night of the soul, you must have faith that the darkness is not permanent. You must believe that there is a greater plan at work, even if you can't see it yet. This is perhaps one of the hardest tests, because it requires you to believe in something you cannot see, something you cannot prove. It requires you to trust in the unseen, to trust that everything is happening for a reason, even if that reason is not clear to you yet. Faith is not blind. It's not about ignoring the pain or pretending that everything is okay. Faith is about acknowledging the pain, feeling it fully, and still choosing to believe that there is a purpose behind it. Faith is about trusting that the universe is not against you, but that it is working for you, even when it feels like everything is falling apart. And here's the thing. When you are in the dark night of the soul, your faith will be tested over and over again. You will be tempted to lose hope, to give up, to believe that the darkness is all there is. But the chosen ones, they endure. They hold on to their faith, even when it feels like there is nothing left to hold on to. They keep moving forward, even when every step feels like it's taking them deeper into the darkness. So let me ask you again, how strong is your faith? Can you hold on to it when everything around you is falling apart? Can you trust in the unseen, in the unknown, even when the path ahead is shrouded in darkness? At some point, after you have been in the dark long enough, when you've wrestled with the questions, the doubts, and the fears, you come to a precipice. This is where the sixth test begins, the test of surrender. If you've made it this far, you've already proven that you are strong, resilient, and capable of enduring tremendous pain and uncertainty. But this test isn't about strength. It's not about how much you can endure. It's about giving up control. It's about surrendering to the flow of life, to the forces that are far greater than your individual will. And in many ways, this is the hardest test of all. You see, We humans love to be in control. We plan, we organize, we strategize. We try to shape our lives, our futures, and our relationships according to our desires and expectations. But life, as we all know, doesn't always follow our plans. In fact, more often than not, it takes us in directions we never anticipated. Sometimes those directions are painful. Sometimes they are joyful. Often, they are mysterious. The chosen ones are those who understand that control is an illusion. They realize that there is a greater intelligence at work, a force that knows far more than the limited human mind ever could. And they are willing to surrender to that force. They are willing to trust that, in surrendering, they are not giving up, but rather allowing themselves to be guided by something far greater than their own understanding. The darkness, the doubts, the fears, they are not there to break you. They are there to transform you. And it is only by surrendering to the process, by letting go of the need to control every detail of your life, that you will come to understand that the universe, God, or whatever force you believe in, is not working against you. It is working for you. So ask yourself, are you ready to surrender? Are you ready to release your need for control and trust that the flow of life will take you exactly where you need to go? Are you ready to let go of the darkness, knowing that in time, it will lead you to the light? Remember, the dark night of the soul is not the end. It's the beginning of something much greater. And when you come through it, you will be stronger, wiser, and more aligned with your true self than ever before. So trust the process and have faith that you will emerge into the light, transformed and reborn. To let go of the need to control the outcome. This is one of the most profound challenges we face in life. However, surrendering doesn't mean giving up. It doesn't mean you stop caring or stop striving. It doesn't mean that you stop pursuing your goals or giving your best. Surrendering, rather, is about releasing the need to fight against the flow of life. It's about stopping the resistance, the constant battle you feel inside, and allowing yourself to be carried by life's current. Think about it like this. Imagine you are swimming in a river. If you try to swim upstream, against the current, you'll quickly find yourself exhausted, getting nowhere. Every stroke you make feels like an uphill battle. But if you surrender to the river, if you stop fighting and simply allow yourself to flow with the current, you'll be carried effortlessly to the destination you need to reach. This, my friend, is what surrendering to life is truly like. It's a powerful yet gentle trust in the natural flow of events. In this journey we call life, you may find yourself being asked to surrender much more than just your plans. You may be asked to let go of your identity, your ego, and even the very idea of who you think you are. You may be required to release your desires, your attachments, and even your deepest dreams. It's important to realize that this kind of surrender is not something that happens in an instant. It's a process, a gradual, ongoing unfolding that requires trust. Trust in life, trust in yourself, trust in the greater plan that is constantly being woven, even when you can't see it. Pause for a moment and consider this. How much of your life is spent trying to control things? How often do you find yourself resisting what is happening in your life, wishing things were different? What would happen if you stopped resisting? What if you let go of your need to control every outcome and simply trusted that whatever happens is exactly what is meant to happen? The test of surrender isn't about weakness. It's about strength. It's about the strength to let go. It's about courage. The courage to trust in the unknown, to trust in the mysteries of life. Most people will never pass this test because surrender feels like loss. It feels like giving up. But for those who have been chosen for a greater purpose, they understand that surrender is not the end of the journey. In fact, it's only the beginning. It's the moment when you stop struggling, when you finally step into the flow of life, allowing life to guide you with grace and ease. Surrendering to life doesn't mean you lose your power. On the contrary, it's a recognition of a power far greater than your own. It means you align yourself with an infinite intelligence, one that knows exactly what you need and exactly when you need it. But in order to access that higher power, you must first let go of the illusion that you are in complete control. So, let me ask you, can you surrender? Can you truly release your need to control every aspect of your life? Can you trust that life knows what it's doing, even when you don't have all the answers? This is the test that separates those who are chosen for something greater from the rest of the world. This is the test that asks you to release your grip on the steering wheel and allow life to take you where you need to go. And here's the paradox. When you surrender, when you let go of the need to control, you actually gain more control. But it's not the kind of control you might be thinking of. It's not the control of forcing outcomes or manipulating circumstances to go your way. No, this is the kind of control that comes from being in perfect harmony with life. It's the control that comes from being in alignment with the flow of the universe itself. When you are in this state of surrender, everything unfolds effortlessly. You find yourself exactly where you need to be, exactly when you need to be there. But achieving this state requires trust. It requires faith. It asks you to step into the unknown, to embrace the mystery of life without needing to know every detail in advance. Can you do that? Can you trust that you will be guided, even when the path ahead is unclear? This is the test of surrender, the final test for those chosen for something greater. Only those who can truly let go, who can surrender to the flow of life without hesitation, will pass this test. And for those who do, life will reveal that there is so much more in store for you than you could have ever imagined. If you have come this far, if you have passed the test of surrender, then you are already among the few who have endured the hardest trials. But there is still one final test that awaits you, and it is the most profound of all. This is the test of awakening, the moment when you finally realize your true purpose. It's the moment when you see the ultimate truth that has been guiding you all along. This final test is not about endurance. It's not about what you can do with your strength or your willpower. It's not about what you can achieve or accomplish. No, this final test is about realization. It's about understanding. It's about finally seeing the truth that has always been there, waiting for you to awaken to it. So can you surrender? Can you trust in the flow of life? And can you step into your highest purpose, knowing that life has far more to offer than you ever dreamed? The journey of surrender is long, but it is also one of the most beautiful and transformative paths you will ever walk. Trust in it. In this pivotal moment, the veil that once covered your eyes is lifted, and for the first time, you are able to see the world and yourself for what they truly are. This is the moment of awakening, the moment when you come to understand your deeper purpose. You begin to realize why you've faced all the tests, why you've endured the pain, the darkness, the uncertainty. All those trials now make sense. The chosen ones are not set apart because they are inherently special. They are chosen because they have made a conscious decision to awaken. They have chosen to see the truth, even when it feels uncomfortable, even when it challenges everything they have ever believed. It is the act of awakening that makes them distinct. And the truth they awaken to is this: you are not separate from life. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are life itself, expressing itself through a unique form, through a personal journey that is yours and yours alone. The final test is about understanding that all the struggles, all the hardships you have endured were not random. They were designed to bring you closer to this fundamental truth. Every test, every trial was crafted to strip away the illusions that cloud your vision. The false identities, the egoic desires, everything that was standing between you and your true self has been removed. All so you can see the deeper reality beneath it all. And that reality is this: you are here for a reason. You are here because life itself wanted to experience the world through you. Your purpose is not something you need to search for outside of yourself. It is something you have been living all along. Every moment, every day, you have already been living your purpose. The final test asks you to awaken to this truth. You are not separate from the universe. You are not an isolated individual battling against the world. You are an integral part of it, deeply connected to everything around you. Once you awaken to this reality, everything changes. You no longer feel the need to control every aspect of your life, because you come to understand that life is already unfolding perfectly. You no longer feel like you must search for your purpose, because you realize that your purpose is simply to be, to experience, to express life in whatever way feels most true to you. But this awakening is not the end of the journey. No, it is only the beginning of a new one. Once you have passed the final test, you are no longer bound by the limitations of the mind, the ego, or the fears that once held you back. You are free. Free to live your life with purpose, meaning, and joy. Free to create, to love, to explore, without the weight of fear or doubt hanging over you. This is the gift of the final test, the reward for enduring the hardest trials that only the chosen ones can endure. So now I ask you, are you ready to awaken? Are you ready to see the truth of who you really are and why you are here? The journey is not easy. The tests will challenge you in ways you cannot yet imagine. But if you can endure them, if you can pass through the darkness, the uncertainty, and the pain, then what awaits you on the other side is beyond anything you could have ever dreamed. This is the path of the chosen ones. It is not for the faint of heart. It is a path for those who are willing to face the hardest tests, endure the deepest challenges, and emerge on the other side, awakened, transformed, and free. And now, the question remains, are you one of the chosen ones? Lesson to be learned. This message invites us to see beyond the surface of our struggles. Life's challenges are not obstacles meant to break us, but lessons designed to bring us closer to the truth of who we are. The tests we face are opportunities for growth, for shedding false identities, and for stepping into the fullness of our being. When we understand that we are not separate from the universe, when we realize that life itself is expressing through us, we come into alignment with our true purpose. Our journey is not about finding something outside of ourselves. It is about awakening to the life we are already living. The final test, then, is about realizing that we are enough. We are not broken, nor are we lacking. The challenges we face are not designed to defeat us, but to free us. Free us from fear, from doubt, from the illusions that have kept us confined. This is the ultimate awakening, not a destination, but a continual process of realizing that we are an integral part of the whole, that life, in its entirety, is unfolding through us. This realization, this awakening, is the key to freedom. Are you ready to face the final test? To step into your true purpose? The journey may not be easy, but it is the journey of the chosen ones, and it is the journey of life itself.